guys, welcome to today's video all about how to customize your iPad using the new iOS 14 update. So let's get started. The first thing you gotta do is go into settings and download the new iOS 14 update. It's pretty simple, just press download, install, enter your password, and then you'll have to read through some terms and conditions, and then just wait a bit and it'll get started. So I'll be teaching you how I made this aesthetic looking iPad using the widgets on the side and the new app covers, all in easy, simple steps. So first off, we'll be adding the widgets, which are the apps on the side of your iPad. So the first thing I did was download a widget app. There are plenty to choose from. However, I think the best one personally after trialing a bunch is Widgetsmith. It's really great and you can do a lot with it. So afterwards, I went into Pinterest to find an aesthetic, and I have a Pinterest board with a bunch of different pinned pictures that match the beige aesthetic I was looking for. I'll definitely link this down in the description if you are interested. I also had a blue theme as I was thinking I might do that. So open up Widgetsmith and you'll be guided here. Click on whichever widget you want and you'll be able to customize it. So they have a bunch of different customizations. You can choose month and date, and you can change the font style, and you can also change the color of the text. But since I'm going for a beige aesthetic here, I just chose the color beige, and then you'll probably want to change the tint color, which is the font color, and then you're done. For another one, you can definitely choose to customize another one. You probably don't want a calendar again, so this time I went for the moon phases, and then you can change the color and location and font. If you are wondering, I did choose the New York font, but try to keep it the same throughout so it does match an aesthetic. So afterwards, I'm gonna change the small widget. So there are a bunch of different things. I personally wouldn't suggest choosing the date again, so I chose time, and I chose the New York font again, and the tint color. And before that, you gotta choose like your background, I recommend, so I just chose brown as that kind of matched beige. And you can also put an outline and change the time format, so I just did AM PM. And then afterwards, when you're finished, you can decide if you want to do a large widget, and these ones are the big square ones. So I already chose a calendar, so I didn't think I was going to do another calendar because that's a bit repetitive, so I chose reminders, which are actually linked to your Apple reminders on the app. And then I chose a neutral color, so it was gray. Then you'll probably want to change the color of the font, which is the tint color, into black so you can actually read it. Then I decided I wanted to add a picture to the small widget to make some contrast and add some interesting things. So you can just scroll there and they have a photo, or you can put photos in albums, and I'm pretty sure it's going to rotate. But here I just chose one quote, and I didn't really like this one, so I changed it around. You can definitely change it into a bunch of different ones, whatever you want. These quotes are from Pinterest, by the way, on my board. So I finished my entire widget making, so we're gonna add them to the side panel. And in here, once you jiggle the apps, you'll be able to add your different widgets and add them in succession. So like small, and then medium, and then big, and just repeat this for each widget you made. You're gonna have to click on the widget to change it to the different designs that you made if you did make a bunch. And then just keep on repeating this process. So next I'll be doing the medium one and adding the crescent, and then repeating again for the other calendar. Just click on it and then go again, back in, and select which one you have. This process can also be repeated for the other different type of widget apps that you can download from the App Store. However, I only downloaded Widgetsmith because I thought it was the easiest to use and it had the most variety, and it was just the best app I found out there. Now that you have all the widgets that you want, you'll next want to reorder them because usually they don't come in your preference. So I just put the calendar at the top and just kind of experiment with a different design and color block, however you want. Once you've finished reordering them to your preference, we'll next move on to making the aesthetic app covers for your apps. And this will be done with the Shortcuts app that comes with your phone or iPad. And so the first thing you want to do is press the plus button and then search up Open App on the side. Open Choose, select which app you want to change. Once you've selected the app, which today we'll be doing the App Store, click on New Shortcut, then press Add to Home Screen, click on the little app icon, choose Photos, and select whichever photo you want the app cover to be. Then you gotta rename it. So we're gonna rename it to App Store, which was the original app we're gonna change. Press add, and congrats, it's added. And just here, rename the shortcut. It's totally optional, but it just makes your life easier when looking at all the shortcuts. So ta-da, here is your little app icon. It is gonna open up into widgets every time you click on it, but I mean, that's how you gotta do it. Anyway, so then you can move the App Store onto the next page and just repeat this process for each app you want to do. So I'll just show you guys quickly again. We're gonna open app on the side, and then we're gonna choose which app we wanna change. I'm gonna do Amazon, click New Shortcut, press Add to Home Screen, click on the icon, choose whichever photo you want. Once you've chosen the photo, choose to rename the app. So we're gonna name it Amazon, and then add. So once it's added, you're gonna wanna rename to Amazon the shortcut, and you're done. So go back to the home screen, and then you're gonna wanna place it back on wherever you want and drag the Amazon app away, and ta-da, it works. So once I did this for every single app, which honestly didn't even take that long, I'd say like 15 minutes max, then you're gonna want to go and put all the apps on the other side because you want the aesthetic apps at the front, and then you're done. However, the background does not match to my apps, so go back into whichever Pinterest board you have and look for something that looks pretty simple but kind of aesthetic. So here I just have a simple leaf or plant drawing, I don't know, and save that background to your device. And then maybe choose another one if you want something that's pretty simple, like I said. I would also like to mention this video was kind of inspired by Julia K. Crist and Kathryn June, so you guys can check out their channels if you want. So just add the picture to your wallpaper by going into Photos and then setting it as your home screen. If the background is a bit too busy or like interferes with reading the screen, because the black did, I changed it to something more subtle and neutral. So here is the final product of my iPad. It did take some time, but I think it did turn out pretty nice. So I am pretty impressed. Ta-da! Now I'm just going to show you around the iPad and how everything works and the new setup. So on the side you have your widgets, and on the main screen you have all your apps. When you click on an app, you will be directed to shortcuts for like a split second. However, all the apps work the same and it's just like your normal iPad. However, I do like to note it may be a bit difficult in the first part to find your app, but however, you get used to it after a bit, so that's great. And now I'm just going to show you the best feature in the new iOS update besides these widgets and cool app covers. I really like the writing feature where you can just go into the search bar or whatever and write up specifically what you're looking for, and it turns it into text, which I think is pretty cool. So that's one of the best features in this new update. So thank you guys very much for watching the entire video, and I hope you guys found this useful for creating your new custom iPad, and see you later. Bye bye.